Let's have a look at how to create a Facebook account. What we're going to do is search for Facebook in our favourite internet browser. This will give us a link to click that we can click through to Facebook. Here we can log into Facebook if we already have an account, or we can use this section here to create a Facebook account. Write your first name and then your last name. Facebook does not generally like it if you use made-up names and made-up words. You'll need to put in your email address. It's a very good idea to use a Gmail account as opposed to an ordinary work-based account for setting up any online social networks that you might be going to use. So we would suggest that you perhaps consider setting up a Gmail account first and using that as your Facebook account. If you have already set up a Gmail account, you can use that account, copy those details, and use that to create your Facebook. You need to re-enter the details, so if you've copied and pasted your email address, you can paste it in twice. You'll need to put in a new password. It's probably a good idea to make this a unique password and not the same as any other password that you've used on the internet. That's for your own security. It'll need to be a good combination of letters and numbers and not something that's easy for a computer or another person to guess. Facebook requires you to identify whether you are male or female. And it also requires you to enter your date of birth. You are required to be over the age of 18 years to use Facebook. That's part of the reason why Facebook would actually like you to put in your date of birth. After you've entered all the details, click Sign In. If you use a made-up name, such as this one, you'll get an instant message saying that that name can't be used. So then you'll need to try something else. After you have entered the name, you will need to enter some security letters so that the internet knows that it's a person that's entering it and not a machine. They're always very difficult to read. Once you've entered those details, you can, if you feel like it, find your friends by searching your email. I wouldn't recommend taking this step because it means that you've got to put your email password into Facebook, and it's possibly something that you don't feel like doing at this point in time because it's giving your security details away. Once you're on Facebook, you're going to very quickly start finding friends anyway. So you can actually skip this step. Facebook wants to know information about you. It's going to ask you where you went to high school, where you went to university, and who your employer is. Depending on your circumstances, you may or may not feel like giving out this information. You can skip through if you don't want to fill it out. The next step would be to select a photograph from your computer, or you can, if you like, skip through and come back to that later on. Facebook is going to send an email confirmation through to you, which it needs you to click through to confirm that you are the person that you said you are. So just go back to your email address, have a look at your email, and you'll find that there is an email here from Facebook. Click through to get started, and Facebook will then be satisfied that you are the person you said you were. That's just for your own security. Once you're in Facebook, there's going to be a lot of windows that pop up that help you to be reminded as to how you get started filling out all of your details. You don't have to fill those out straight away, particularly when you first start, because you may feel that you need to feel your way into the process before you're really ready to start connecting with your email address and those sorts of things. So to come to your main section of your Facebook account, click Home. This is again going to prompt you to load information about yourself and to connect with your mobile phone and start looking for people that you might know. It's also going to prompt you to start thinking about your privacy settings, which are going to be very important during your interaction with Facebook. Once you've filled all of these details out, you can have a look at your profile. And this is going to be the place where you get to see all of the information that's going on about your Facebook account. The wall is probably the thing you'll be most interested in on a day-to-day basis after your account is fully set up. You click on the Wall tab and you can set your status. Type some words and click Share. Here's a section that's going to teach you about your status updates. You can choose whether everybody sees what you've posted or just your friends, the friends of the friends you have, or something else that might suit you better. The default position is for everybody to be able to see your post, but we can come back to that later. If any prompt windows come up and you don't want to see them, just simply close them. The second thing that you might like to do on Facebook is share links. So for example, you might have been to the internet recently and seen something that you thought was interesting that you'd like to share. Facebook is all about sharing, but not just about you as a person, but possibly sharing internet content as well. I've selected the website address that I'd like to share by clicking it 3 times. I'm now using the keyboard to copy that address. I'm going to go back to the Facebook window and the Facebook tab, and I'm going to try and share a link. Type some words about what you're going to share and then click this icon here, which will bring up a window for you where you can use a keyboard. So I'm using the Control-V paste option, and I'm going to click the word attach. That's going to prompt Facebook to go to that website link that I was telling it to show, and it's going to prompt it to get some information from that site. On the website that I've selected, there are some images, and Facebook is letting me select and scroll through the images to find one that I like, that I'd like to associate with this link. So I can have a look through and see what I think would be the best image to go with the link that I'm sharing. Because the information is taking images off a website, they're going to have some unusual representation. They don't necessarily look like standard images because it depends how the website was constructed. In this section here, and I'm just going to choose that one. In this section here, the text may or may not come up okay. You can actually click in there and delete that text. You can type something else. Sometimes that will actually come up with some interesting information of its own, at other times it won't. At this stage I might think, no, I like a different image, and I can still keep scrolling through to find the image that I like. I click share. If I choose not to have any image whatsoever, I can simply click no thumbnail and no image will come up. Click share. And here's a prompting screen to tell us what's going to happen here. This is your publisher. Use it to post content like photos or links to your wall. After you've had a look at that, you can close that. Now we're going to share. Once we have some friends, they'll be able to see that content that we've set. Now we're going to have a look at information. I don't want to show my birthday on my profile because I believe that's private, so I'm going to edit the information, click that box, and off it goes. No basic information is shown now. I now need to get connected, so I'm going to start searching for some people. I have a friend that I know is on Facebook, so I'm going to search for that person. I type their name in and click this button here to search. I've found my friend. I'm going to add as a friend, and a request will be sent to my friend to say that I'd like to connect on Facebook. If I feel like it, I can add a personal message. Once my friend signs into Facebook, which may take a week or it may take a day depending on how long it is until they sign in, they'll be able to accept or reject my friend offer, and then they'll be able to come up on my friend list, which will appear down the side, and they'll be able to see my content that I've created here. At this stage, we're only part the way through setting up our Facebook account. In this section, we can write something about ourselves. This is something about ourselves that we'd like to share with everybody that sees our profile. In this instance, I've said that we're new to Facebook, and other people who see that will actually realise and start being very helpful and sharing information about what to do on Facebook. Once you're ready to upload a photograph of yourself, you can simply click the link and browse through your computer until you find an image that suits you, and you can upload the image, and then that will show in your computer. So that's a few basic steps on how to get started with Facebook.